Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do somewhat in-depth perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume and also if you like ASMR, you are in a good place for today's video. So today I'm doing a soft-spoken review of Skylar Vanilla Sky. So this fragrance is by Skylar. Skylar, I think, is a newer brand, and they have more clean fragrances. So I think that means things like they're vegan and cruelty-free, and I think it means things like they don't have phthalates and things like that. I'm not totally sure, but that's good. Always good to have that when you can. As you can see, the bottle is a sort of vanilla type color, and on the back there are these clouds, sort of warm, almost sunsetty clouds. The cap here is fun because it's not just white, it's got almost a kind of beige marbled effect. So I didn't realize that until I received this fragrance, that it's got kind of a marbled effect. Yeah, so I'm going to be reviewing this fragrance today. But before we do that, I did try to dress on theme today, so I just wore a beige shirt. Kind of makes me think of vanilla. When I think of vanilla, I think of kind of this kind of goldeny yellow beige color. And I've got these gold and kind of white shimmer heart earrings. And oh yeah, I've got this scrunchie. So that's what I've got today. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and read you the main accords for this fragrance. As you can imagine, it's a very vanilla-y fragrance. It's called Vanilla Sky. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and read you the main accords. This is on fragrantica.com. Alright, so we have vanilla, caramel, coffee, sweet, powdery, woody, warm spicy, balsamic, amber, and lactonic. Oh, I didn't even remember to spray the fragrance, so let's go ahead and do that. Here are my spray papers. Alright, so I've got this little paper of a staff of musical notes, and it's a very nice color, very vanilla-y color. So I'm going to go ahead and spray. Alright. One thing that I love about the Skylar fragrances is that the atomizers, sprayers on the bottle are really nice, really good quality, spray very easily, And you can do like a half a spray. Sometimes on certain atomizers, it's like once you press it all, it's like a full spray. And that can be frustrating because sometimes you want to just spray a little bit everywhere, you know. So anyway, I really like the atomizers on these Skylar fragrances. Okay, so I'm going to give this a smell. So it is very sweet, vanilla-y, gourmand. Yeah, very desserty. It's a very edible vanilla. Really yummy smelling for sure. So I definitely get the vanilla and caramel accords, the sweet accord. I get maybe just a hint of the coffee accord, but it's very subtle. Just a little bit powdery. And I don't get a whole lot of woodiness, spiciness, balsamic. Not even a whole lot of the ambery accord. Just a touch of all of that. It's mostly to me vanilla caramel sweet, a little bit powdery, a little bit of a coffee vibe. So I'm going to read through the notes as listed on Fragrantica. Alright, so for our top notes, we've got 3 top notes listed. So we have cappuccino, sweet orange, and bergamot. So I get just a touch of the cappuccino. And I don't know. I don't know that the fruity notes, the orange and bergamot stand out to me. So mostly just the cappuccino, and it's subtle. Okay, for our middle notes, we've also got 3 middle notes, and they are vanilla, cinnamon, and Spanish jasmine. So I'm definitely smelling the vanilla. I'm not really noticing the cinnamon. And I think I am getting just a touch of the jasmine now that I think about it, but it's so subtle, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. But I think I'm getting a touch of that. Okay, and then for our base notes, we have 4 base notes. And they are caramel, sandalwood, amber, and cedar. So most notably, I am smelling the caramel. And then maybe a touch of the amber, but nothing else really standing out. So just to recap, what I am getting mostly from this fragrance is the vanilla and the caramel, a touch of cappuccino, a touch of the jasmine, maybe a touch of the amber, and that is mainly all that I'm getting that I can actually pick out. But all together, it's a very, really yummy, sweet vanilla, candy vanilla, gourmand, creamy, just a touch of that coffee vibe. Let's see what other users on Fragrantica are smelling. So I'm showing the votes here, and firstly, people are saying they smell vanilla, followed by caramel and the cappuccino note. Next, they're getting the sandalwood, amber, cedar, cinnamon, jasmine, orange, and bergamot. So that's pretty similar to what I'm getting, most notably the vanilla, caramel, and cappuccino. I'm not picking up on the sandalwood myself, but to be honest, I often don't pick up on sandalwood unless it's prominent. And yeah, I feel like I get just the smallest hint of jasmine, but most people don't seem to be smelling that as much. Yeah, so that is the notes. And yeah, I think this is a really fun fragrance. Definitely, I would say on the younger side, but of course anybody can wear anything. But it definitely, to me, does not smell very, mature, what you'd think of for more mature audiences, but just really fun, sweet, gourmand fragrance. So before I read through some other statistics, I did just want to mention that I do have some other Skylar fragrances. I did recently just review this one. This is Skylar Indigo Valley, and this fragrance is newer. I think it was released in either 2021 or 2022. This is interesting. So this is a blueberry fragrance, and it's also kind of got some earthiness to it. So it's got some patchouli and some woody notes. I'm already forgetting all of the notes, so I'm gonna look it up just to get a sense again. But it's sweet and fruity and musky. Oh yeah, it's got chocolate also, which does not stand out to me, but it's got lotus and marshmallow and clear wood. So it's kind of a mixture of like dense but also light, airy, delicate, fluffy. It's really interesting. It's also got a note of suede. It's definitely different. At first I just kind of thought it was like a very sweet, fruity fragrance, but I realized it's definitely more complex than that. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not going to keep this one. I'm reselling this on my Mercari. But yeah, definitely an interesting fragrance. And then another Skylar fragrance that I personally do own is the Salt Air. These were the old bottles. The old bottles are obviously different looking, and I honestly prefer the old bottle. I just find it more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know why, but I don't really care for these bottles a whole lot. It's not like I think this one is like the coolest either, but I like it more. But anyway, this one is called Salt Air. This one is a beachy marine, oceanic fragrance. It's sweet. It's like sweet and fresh, and it's got a note of salt in it. I think it's also got some floral notes, maybe a little bit of coconut. It's really, really fun to me. It almost smells like a beachy cotton candy, a light, airy, beachy cotton candy. So I'll be keeping this one in my collection. They might have reformulated this when they put it in the new bottle. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is what I have. Skylar Salt Air. And I've definitely smelled some other Skylar fragrances. I just haven't kept any of them. I only try and keep the fragrances that I really like. So right now, Salt Air is the only fragrance that I'm keeping. I do really like this one, but not quite enough to keep it. I don't know why. I'm like asking myself, like, why am I not keeping it? I think I'm hoping to find a vanilla that I like even more, and I just haven't found one quite yet. I do actually prefer, it's by the 7 Virtues, and it's called Vanilla Woods, and it does smell similar to this, but it smells a little bit deeper and almost like a teeny bit boozier and just more like pure. This one has a lot more fluffiness and notes going on. I don't know how else to say it, but they do smell just subtly different, and I do prefer the Vanilla Woods, so I might consider getting that bottle, but I'm gonna keep hunting for other vanillas that I might like better. So if you all have any suggestions for your favorite vanillas, and I mean like a true vanilla, I definitely have some fragrances that have vanilla notes, but I'm kind of would love to add more of a true vanilla dominant fragrance to my collection. I don't know that I have any right now. I might have like one or two that are pretty dominant in vanilla, but I think something sweet I would be attracted to, but maybe something with some floral nuances, or maybe almost aromatic nuances, something to make it interesting. I tend to like lighter scents, musky scents, aromatic, fresh, green even. So yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on things that I might like. So just to finish up this video, let's go ahead and read some other statistics on Vanilla Sky. So this fragrance was launched in 2020, which honestly I thought it was around for longer than that, but I guess not. And this fragrance on Fragrantica has a rating of 3.76 out of 501 votes. So that's a pretty middle of the road rating, but it hasn't been voted on that many times. Some other statistics, I did wear this once, so I can speak to it a little bit, but the longevity people are saying is on the slightly weaker side. I found it had pretty good longevity, but I could see for vanilla how it's maybe not that good for like a pretty gourmand vanilla. For the sillage, people are saying it's on the more intimate side, intimate moderate. I honestly thought it was kind of in the middle. I thought it projected pretty decently. I tend to wear lighter scents though, so I'm a little bit biased in that. Gender, this is rated as more feminine, but kind of unisex to me. Anybody, obviously, can wear a sweet scent, so there's, more masculine scents that are sweeter. To me, this is pretty feminine leaning, though. But yeah, that's just kind of where my mind goes when I think of something really sweet and vanilla, without a whole lot of like woodiness. To me, it's on the more feminine end. And then lastly, for price value, people are saying this has a pretty decent price value. Let me look up the cost of this. I believe it's on Sephora. Well, it's also on just Skylar.com. For this size bottle, the 1.7 ounces, it's $90. So, and also on Sephora, it's $90. So, to me, that's actually pretty expensive. I paid something closer to $50 on, plus shipping and tax, on Mercari as usual. But yeah, still a little bit expensive, I would say. But it's a nice brand, it's a clean brand, so. Alright, so also in terms of season, I would say this is a more so fall-winter fragrance. Let's see if other people agree. People are saying, yeah, fall and winter, because it's just sweet and denser. So, fall and winter. Also, I would say more so daytime, day and night. But there's nothing like too dark and heavy about this. Alright, so I'm going to read a few reviews and see what people have to say. Somebody says, very straightforward. I only get vanilla and coffee, but sometimes that's what you need. This is definitely a scent I wear for myself or add on top of another. Alright. Somebody else says, very simple, basic, no frills vanilla scent, but that's all it needs to be. It accomplishes exactly what it set out to achieve. wearing it is quite nice when I'm yearning for something comforting and uncomplicated. True, it is not that complicated. It's sweet, delicious smelling. Yeah. Alright. Let's find somebody who does not like this. They say vanilla fragrances can be a hit or a miss for me. In this case, it was tolerable at best. The vanilla was prominent and the longevity was decent, but I felt that the jasmine note could have made the fragrance have a hint of soapiness, which bugged me because I wasn't exactly what I was expecting. To me, it's not soapy, but like I said, I did get just a hint of floral, but like so subtle, only when I saw that there was jasmine on there. Okay, somebody who feels meh about this says, this scent is nice, but it doesn't really wow me. It's pretty simple and basic. The coffee note mixes well with the vanilla, though. Okay. Let's read one more review. Somebody who doesn't like it. They say, I wanted to love this. The idea of a cappuccino scent is so alluring to me. This is nothing interesting. It's underwhelming, like a lot of other Skylar scents. Light gourmand vanilla skin scent. I wish I got as much coffee as other people. Very linear, baked vanilla. Lasts maybe half an hour on me. I have to press my nose to my wrist to get anything. I don't remember that. I think when I wore this, it definitely lasted at least 4 hours, but it was a week or two ago, so my apologies. But I will agree that I do not get a whole lot of cappuccino from this, just a hint. But it's creamy, as you know, or maybe don't know, cappuccinos have a lot of milk. They're, milk and coffee, espresso. So there's also a bit of a lactonicness to it. It's not like straight up black coffee. So yeah, mostly a vanilla scent, like people are saying. Definitely, if you just like a good sweet vanilla, very edible vanilla, no nuances, no spicy nuances, woody nuances, herbal, aromatic, floral. I mean, there's touches of that in here, but it doesn't really stand out to my nose. And also, most of the reviewers seem to be saying the same thing. So if you just want a straightforward vanilla, this is one that you might like. However, it's a bit on the spendier side, but it's a good brand, a clean brand. You can definitely find cheaper vanillas. I did just review Aqualina Pink Sugar, which is also a very sweet fragrance, but honestly, I would not recommend that one. In the video I talked about why I didn't really like it, and I very rarely will go so far as to say I don't like a fragrance, but I did not like that one. But my point is, some people might like that, or there's much cheaper fragrances out there if you're looking for an affordable vanilla. But anyway, that's my review of Skylar Vanilla Sky. Really nice scent, very enjoyable, very crowd pleasing. So yeah, that is my review for today, and I just want to say thank you all so much for watching my content. And I don't think I've ever said it, expressed it intentionally, but I really, with these videos, want to try to find a way to convey some sense of like love or positivity. I know I'm mostly just talking about scents, which I do love, and I know you probably do too, so that's great. But also, sometimes I try to slip in a little bit of a positive message, because I want this channel to be more than just fragrances. Like, I definitely want a little bit of something good to come through the screen beyond just the fragrance itself. And so I don't always know how to do that, but Yeah, maybe just saying sometimes something that comes to mind. And so, yeah, today maybe just saying that I'm wishing you all well on your path, and just really wanting you to know that you're all important and you all matter a lot. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.